If you have a website for your business, these are the top 10 website mistakes that I see so many people make that are scaring away your customers and ultimately costing yourself conversions and sales. So let's get into it here and make sure you stick around and follow along so that you make sure that you aren't making these mistakes with your websites. So yeah, let's get into the video. The very first really common website mistake that are scaring away customers or your customers is using confusing language or jargon overload. By using complicated business jargon that your customers aren't going to understand, you're going to scare them away. If it's filled with technical terms and a lot of vague language, it's going to confuse visitors and ultimately cause them to leave. People don't want to work hard to figure out what you're offering. The fix here is to replace the jargon with simple, clear language that focuses on the customer's problem and how your business can solve it. Make sure your messaging is customer centric, easy to understand, and explains the benefits clearly. The next one is overwhelming menu choices. Offering too many menu navigation options on your website is going to lead to decision fatigue. When visitors or your site visitors are presented with too many pages to choose from, they're going to feel confused or maybe even frustrated, and ultimately makes it harder for them to find what they need. What to do in this situation is simplify the menu and only highlight the most important pages. Group less essential pages into the footer menu and make sure you help users easily find what they're looking for without feeling overwhelmed. Another mistake is specifying and talking about features over benefits. By focusing on your product or service features instead of the benefits to the customer, they're going to feel overwhelmed and they're not really going to understand what's going on. Customers don't care about technical details at all. They care about how those features will improve their life or solve their problems. If you have a broken toilet, you're not going to care about all the different things your plumbing company does. They're just going to care about having their toilet fixed. Same goes for your the product you're selling online, your SaaS product, or whatever it is. What you need to do is shift the focus of your messaging to emphasize the benefits your customers will gain. Highlight how your product or service is going to make their lives easier, and only use features as supporting information. Don't feature dump, highlight benefits. The next really common mistake is an unclear call to action. By using vague, confusing, or misleading calls to actions that don't tell the visitors what's going to happen next is a big mistake. When users don't know what action they're taking, they're less likely to engage or take any action at all. A vague button like contact us lacks specificity and urgency. Instead, use clear and direct call to actions like schedule a call, download your guide, or book a consultation. Avoid being too clever or ambiguous. Clarity is going to lead to higher conversions. On that, sort of an aside, is if you just don't have any call to actions at all, that's even worse. When people come to your site, if they don't see any contact information, how are they ever going to get in touch with you and buy your product or schedule your service? I think that's an obvious one, but I just want to talk about it because I know there's probably a couple of you guys who don't even have a phone number on your website. All right. The next mistake is a text heavy layout. Presenting really large and big blocks of text without any visual breaks, I should say, or clear structure is a big problem. Loads of people, like me and probably like you, skim websites rather than reading them thoroughly, and long, unbroken paragraphs are going to overwhelm site visitors and cause them to bounce. Instead, break your content into different short paragraphs for several short paragraphs and use headings, bullet points, images, and lists to make the page easy to scan and easy to follow. Highlight all of your really key messages with bold text and keep the layout visually engaging. Another common mistake is not having a human element. By failing to include various human elements like photos, team introductions, or personal stories, you're going to alienate your customers. Websites that lack human presence all feel cold and impersonal, and ultimately makes it really hard for your customers to buy in and trust the plan. The fix here is including personal touches like a team photo, testimonial, or stories about your business journey. Ideally, all three. This is going to help build trust and make your business feel more relatable and trustworthy. Another one, and I see this all the time, is stock photos that feel fake. Using generic stock photos that look overly staged and unnatural are a big no-no. When websites feel inauthentic, visitors might subconsciously question the credibility of your business all around and make them way less likely to call in, book a call, or buy your product. Instead, use high quality, realistic photos that reflect genuine customer experiences. If stock photos are absolutely necessary, only select ones that feel natural and authentic to convey trustworthiness. But Ideally, just get out there, take some photos of your truck, your team, your products, your office, really whatever, and incorporate that onto your website. Ideally, you have professional photos, but even if not, iPhone cameras are really good now. And just try to make sure you take good photos. And once they get on the site, try a few, see which ones look good, and it's going to help so, so much. Another big mistake is not having a lead magnet or a free taste test, so to speak. By not offering any low commitment way for visitors to engage with your business, it's going to be really hard to convert them. Not everyone is ready to buy, book a call right away. And without any way to capture their information, you're going to lose out on these future sales opportunities. So, what you can do instead is offer a valuable lead magnet, like a free guide, a checklist, or a webinar that is going to capture their contact information. This will help you build a relationship with visitors and keep your business top of mind when they're ready to commit. Even more, if you have a sales team or you as a business owner, you can just follow up with these people, put them in an email nurture, or contact them every quarter or once a year until they're ready to start working with you. Another major issue that scares away customers, or rather, isn't scaring them away, but is just going to make them leave altogether, is complicated contact forms. We've all seen that and we all leave them, but contact forms with too many fields or unnecessary questions just overwhelm users. The ones that are long and are complicated ultimately discourage people from completing the process, leading to lost leads. What you need to do is simplify your contact forms to just 3 fields: name, email, and 1 optional question. Keep it easy and user friendly, and you're going to get more conversions. The very last website mistake that's scaring away your customers is an ineffective header section. We already talked about the headers a little bit, or the website structure a little bit, but if you have a cluttered or unclear header section at the top of your homepage that doesn't communicate the main offer, it's going to be a massive problem for your customers. The header section is the first thing that any visitor sees. It's right at the top of the page. If it's not clear what your business does, visitors are just going to lead. What you need to do is use a concise headline and then use subheadlines to clearly communicate what your offer is, how it benefits the customer, and what they need to do next. Make sure you include a prominent call to action to guide users to take action. Hope you found this video useful. These are the most common website mistakes I see with my clients when we start SEO all the time, and they can drastically affect your ability to convert visitors into customers. By fixing these things, you can really improve user experience and, most importantly, lead generation and sales. Hope you found this useful. If so, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.